Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to talk to you about the 2022 Harris 210 Cruiser. This particular boat is the CS configuration. We'll go inside and show you what that is. There's several different variants of seating that you can get in this boat. This one's one of the most popular. The first couple things we'll talk a little bit about with Harris. Harris is a premium brand. They've been a premium brand for over 60 years. They do some unique things. They have a lot of patents on the construction. Kind of with all this said in mind, anybody can put nice furniture in a pontoon boat. It's pretty easy to do, but Harris, and we're going to get into it a little bit, but there's other videos we have that get a little bit more in depth on the construction, but just know that this Harris Cruiser is built, very, very heavy duty, high end for this type of boat. You're getting a lot of value with this boat. This particular setup is with a tri-tune, but even with a two-tube boat, you get a lot of value in the production of how heavy duty this boat is built. So I'm going to hit on just a couple key things that Harris has got going on. Number one, you've got an integrated bumper all the way through the entire boat. And as we move into the camera, you'll also notice down here that these cross members pretty much go all the way to the end of where that bumper is. So a lot of companies will cut off the cross member about 3 even to 6 inches in, and what happens is you end up caving in the bumper, and there's nothing to support it. So you've got really a lot of support on this boat. Everything's heavy duty, a combination bolt configuration and heavy duty tech screws. So just some really high end heavy duty pieces that are involved in this. Another thing I always like to point out with Harris is that they have a nice high fence panel. So you're going to see not the fence panel that cuts off really low and then you have a bunch of furniture. You really have nice high furniture, but also really high. I believe this is a 24-inch fence panel to give the backside of the furniture protection and just give the boat generally a better look. On the 210 Cruisers, we're going to see anodized rails all the way through, so nice clean finish on the rails. This particular boat set up with the Select package, which is going to have the nice integrated docking lights, as well as a couple other features inside the boat. So really a lot to talk about on this Harris 210 Cruiser. So another thing I'll point out as far as the construction on Harris, you can kind of see how there's like this little built-in groove here. And basically what you're seeing is that how the deck's connected to the pontoon tube is with these M brackets. They're all heavy duty. They run the full length inside and outside on the inside and outside of the frame of the boat. And basically there's a bolt head on the bottom side of it that just slides in that track. You connect it to the top, so there's really no room for error as far as things being off center, things being cockeyed or in any way, so you're going to get a solid connection point. So that's a nice unique feature to Harris. Another thing that I like to point out, just a couple little things. A nice heavy duty ski bar integrated in. It's also not protruding onto your rear deck. It's kind of integrated into the motor pod and the extended platform here. And then we also have a direct fill fuel tank, which you can actually access from either side. It's a little bit more on the port side over here, but you can even access it from the starboard side pretty easily. Rather than running tubes and weird things around inside the boat, inside your storage area, you can just fill it direct pretty easily from the transom, and you don't have that pushback and that washback that a lot of times you get on pontoon boats from other areas. As part of the Select trim package, we also see the ladder on this boat is a all full stainless steel 4-step ladder, so a nice heavy duty ladder setup. Again, everything that you see here on this boat is super burly, super heavy duty. And then the Mercury 150 horsepower engine with the tri-tune package. This particular one has the Performance 2 package, which is going to include a full length tri-tune. So you're going to see the tri-tune in the middle is not a 3/4, it's a full length tune with a larger fuel tank than the standard setup on the Performance Package 1. So as we move to the transom of the 210 CS from Harris, this is a little different than old traditional CS configuration boats. The old version, which is kind of like what we've seen on a pontoon boat for a long time, is kind of like a sun deck back here that has like a little bit of storage underneath it, but it was like really high, and most people wouldn't even use it as a sun deck. So this new configuration is really well thought out. I really like it. It's kind of in a lounging area where you can kind of chill when the boat's parked. You're not allowed to ride here when the boat's underway, but you can definitely sit back here if you're just having the kids jump and go in the water or whatever. It's just a really nice usable space. There's plenty of space to jump in and out or access the boat from the swim platform back here. And then as I move up inside, I'll show you a couple things as I move over here. We've got cup holders. We've got 3 cup holders on this side, as well as a little USB plug for charging cell phones, stuff like that. Just again, a well thought out design. If I flip this seat up, first thing I notice is that we've got actually a drain in there, so you could put ropes in there. You could actually put it as a cooler if you really wanted to. But then if I look at the stitching, this is kind of a good example of just the double stitched finish on the boat, which is really, really nice, really high end, that you normally wouldn't find on a boat like this at this price. And then this other side opens up as well for additional storage. And again, this is a really nice gas assist shock on this. So it's, just kind of comes up super easy. There's netted storage. We see the boat cover in there. We see the table stored away. This boat, because it's got the Select package, has the upgraded black acrylic table. But you've got good, easy access to the storage and 2 heavy-duty gas assist shocks that make this compartment easy to open up. So as we move into the cockpit, now we're getting into a more traditional pontoon setup, with kind of your L lounger here, and then as we get into the bow, we've got 2 lounges on either side. But a couple things I'll point out, just again, in a good design. I mean, this furniture is super comfortable. By having this little lip on the end of the seat, I don't feel like I'm going to slide off of it. I can actually sit on this end seat. A lot of times you see the seats flip up or something like that when I'm sitting, but I've got all my weight on the front part of that seat, and the seat's not moving at all. So a nice stable platform here. As we look over to the port side, and we talk about, again, modern features, we've got another USB plug, double USB plug, along with cup holders. Having the cup holders be integrated kind of out of the way is definitely nice, rather than having these kind of cup holder machines that are sitting out on the upholstery. So I think that's a good design by Harris. And then of course storage underneath each one of these. Again, as part of the Select package, we actually have a battery on-off switch. So you can turn your battery on and off completely with just the flip of a switch. So at the end of the day, you want to shut everything down, you can do that pretty quickly and easily with this boat. So overall, a super well-designed layout. I'm going to move now to the dash, where we have a nice, clean, easy dash setup on this Harris. Kind of like a glove box area to pop your cell phone. Again, additional 12-volt outlet plus the USB plugs there. So nice setup there. My gauges are off to the right. They're kind of in a off-centered position, so I can still see everything real well. There's not this weird looking windshield or anything that I have to deal with, so it's a nice clean setup overall. Nice comfortable captain's chair, adjustable height steering wheel. Nice Clarion unit with 4 speakers in the stereo system. The speakers are definitely nicer than what most companies use at this level of boat. And then a really easily, comfortably located throttle control. So I can have my elbow on the armrest here, and I can throttle forward, I can throttle back. It's just super clean, super easy. All your switches are off here to the right. So, an ergonomically friendly console. I like how the console is a little bit slimmer. Some of these consoles nowadays are getting pretty bulbous, which looks cool, but especially on a 21-foot boat like this, where space is at a premium, I'm not losing like 3 feet of space by having this bulbous console. So it's a nice, clean, tight console to give you more space in the rest of the boat. So storage is always important on any boat, but Harris has done a good job on this 21-foot boat, which isn't super big. We already talked about a lot of the storage that's in the back. As we move up forward, we kind of have this nice little trash can location right here, out of the way of everybody, kind of hidden away, nicely designed there. There's actually a storage compartment under here, which you can get an integrated changing room if you wanted, kind of that would pull out as I open that compartment, but for now it's just good storage, a good place to put bumpers possibly, that type of stuff. And then this being a tri-tune, we have the ski locker option included. Again, Harris does everything, a nice gas assist shock on that, plenty big enough for water skis or even wakeboards. I think most size wakeboards fit in there unless it's super big. Again, a nice heavy duty compartment head. They do a nice job with the little matted top to it. It makes it cosmetically a little nicer. And then under the console, we have kind of a perfect place to slide in a cooler. That's kind of a common place for a cooler to go down there, but you can throw backpacks, whatever you might want in there. And then as we move forward, we've also got storage underneath in the bow seats. just like anywhere else. It's all self-enclosed storage, so it's not open to the bottom, so it's not like if you get water dripping in somewhere else in the boat. These storage compartments, I'm never going to say they're watertight, but they've got a water management system and they're self-contained, so there shouldn't be much excess water getting into the compartment from the outside. And we talked about it earlier, but the little cubbyhole storage, again, now we're on outlet 4 and 5 for the USB plugs, which I know nowadays is super important. So again, a modern design, well thought out. And then even just from a sizing perspective, if I get myself in here being 6'2", a bigger guy, if I want to lay out with my feet out, I've got plenty of space. It's a nice comfortable seat. I'm well supported on the outside. A lot of times these seats are a lot lower in other boats, and you don't feel quite as secure in them, but in these boats you definitely do feel really, really secure. Thanks again for joining us at Buckeye Sports Center to talk about the Harris 210 Cruiser CS. In summary, this is a great value, premium feeling boat with premium features, but really at a nice value oriented price. This is not a $100,000 pontoon boat. It's not even close to $100,000. So it's definitely, it's got a lot of cool features to it. With the 150 horsepower engine, we're going to see excellent performance. We've seen these boats run, over 40 miles an hour, so you can tube, you can ski, you can pretty much do whatever you want on the power with them. So thanks again. For more information on this boat or others in our inventory, visit BuckeyeSportsCenter.com. Subscribe to our YouTube page to view a bunch of other videos. And I'm getting more comments as we've been doing these videos over the years. People all around the country that are watching them. The number one thing I can tell you, if you watch this video and you like this boat, go to your local Harris dealer, whether it be us or somebody, and get one on order, because last year we didn't get very many of these. Most Harris dealers didn't. Harris is trying to build more boats just like everybody else, but just like everybody else, they're running into issues with supply chain and stuff like that. So the best advice I can give you is, plan 6 months in advance and try to get your boat on order and get going. So thanks again for watching.